spending this time for us.
Okay, thank you very much.
My question is about this delicate and confusing relationship between the inner activity you speak about and the outer activity. In my experience, I feel that every time I allow myself to give up inner work, to accept the inner flow as it is, I find that I cannot put the finger, don't know how it affects, but I see that it affects the outer activity as well. And then when I see the outer activity change, this is when I lose my acceptance of the inner activity, because I become afraid. I know that in a certain level, this is all in Bhagavan hands, the inner and the outer as well. But when I try to find the acceptance or the giving up of any inner activity working on myself, the thing that catches me every time is the fear of how does this affect the outer activity, because I don't really know. I feel this never affects in a direct way, only in indirect way, but I don't really know how. And this is how the acceptance of the inner activity goes away every time. So how do I remain with acceptance of inner activity when I feel this relationship between outer and inner activity?
So first of all, we have to understand we must be free from the inner activity. Previously, we know we want to be in a peace of mind. We want to keep ourselves calm within ourselves. Within the peace of mind alone, we have to work. So, for example, we have some sorrow or suffering, some fear within ourselves. We want to be free from fear. We want to be work without fear. So we want to correct the fear. So our expectation is to correct ourselves. So after correcting ourselves alone, we have to, so giving importance to the correction of ourselves, correction without fear. The activities, we are having the second step. The primary step is to correct ourselves. So here, what I am suggesting is that we have no work at all. So whatever comes in the psychological world, it is just like a shadow. We need not worry about the shadow. It is not a real thing. It may look like something is existing, but the shadow is not a real thing. It is only, it may look like something, but it is not at all a real thing. But it may look, it may have some existence, but it is in the form of shadow. So we need not worry about the shadow. For the first thing is that we have to understand correctly that we have no work at all. So if we understand that we have no work at all in the psychological world, then only we have shift our attention, shift our energy to the external world. So the external world is the real world. What we have to work is in the physical world. Physical world is real thing, and that we have to do. And psychological world is only some shadow world. The shadow world, we have to understand it is a shadow world. It is not a real world. The first thing we have to understand, the understanding alone is enough. If you understand correctly, then all energy will follow. So you need not worry about the shadow. We'll focus our attention, focus our energy in the real world and the physical things. So that is the first thing. Afterwards, then everything will be natural. We need not try to shift our energy to the physical world. We need not try to withdraw our energy from the psychological world. Everything will happen automatically. We need not to effort. We will not put any effort. So understanding is the basic thing. If you understand correctly, the understanding will create the what is needed, it will supply everything. Understanding will supply the needed thing.